All right, welcome back to another video of me showcasing some of my autographs that I got. I have some amazing stories, including this one. If you can see, it's in a top loader for good reason. Even the Rhys Hoskins cards and Rafael Devers autographs aren't in top loaders, but that one's just so much better above the rest. This is rounding out my baseball. I'm going to do one more episode, probably. It's going to be a shorter one, just talking about some non-baseball cards, because I didn't get as many of those signed, just because I did a lot of minor league baseball in person. But let's get right in. So this one actually wasn't in person, but that was instead through the mail. Kaz Makita. He was a submarine pitcher from Japan, was in the World Baseball Classic in probably 2016, 2018, whenever it was. And I got this card signed by him through the mail at spring training because I thought he was really good. Matt Manning, top pitcher. He had a no-hitter, not perfect game, no-hitter a couple years ago. Got those when he was in a single-A short season. Rafael Marchand, pretty good. Casey Martin. These are new additions to my collection. I went to Reading for a game just to go for the day, and I went graphing on some guys. So those I picked up. Yeah, you see I literally got everyone's autographs, even the strength coaches. Tate Matheny, Mike Matheny's kid, got a handful of his. Wyatt Mathieson, Saoli Matthias, those were cool. I got Saoli here. I didn't get Khalil Lee or Nicky Lopez on this card, but I have all three of them overall, which is pretty cool. Trevor May, Reese McGuire, got into some trouble long after I got these autographs, and I won't tell the story about what happened because it's not necessarily appropriate, but it's all good. Tristan McKenzie was super cool. I used to go down. I'm not going to say that you should ever do this, but I used to go down and get the dudes who were charting, like doing the charts in the seats during every game. I don't even know if they do that anymore, but that was always fun. Jeff McNeil. This is one of my proudest and least proud autographs that I got. He was rehabbing, and I could have gotten a card of him. They even had one in the shop for 50 cents. I should have run up and gotten it, but McNeil's there. Bobby Meacham was a coach. Yeah, I was trying to think. He ended up in the Phillies organization, but that's not where I got him. So Adonis Medina. He was a pretty cool guy. Got him always one per, though. That tells you how many times I went to go get autographs. MJ Melendez was super cool. Is super cool. He collects cards, too. Got a lot of his autographs. That was one of my favorite teams I think I ever saw. That was, I guess, one of a few championship teams I actually appreciated. Got the chance to appreciate watching. Not maybe the best thing to highlight, but John Mizerach. Nickname I gave him was Rushy because he was always walking 80 miles an hour. Never really signed, so I'm surprised I even have that one. Here are some cool Phillies ones. I guess now with the Angels, but Mickey Moniak, first overall pick. Super nice guy. Got a boatload of his autographs. Some of my favorites. Topps Minor League Heritage. This one is a short print, 216. I forgot I got him. I got him a lot in Lakewood, and I got him a lot in Reading, too. This one's numbered to 250. It's a purple Bowman Chrome. And then there's my friends and I with Mickey Moniak on a card. But yeah, Luke Mons, Francisco Morales, top prospect for the Phillies for a while. Hopefully he still pans out well. Mickey Morandini, I met at the same place I met Ben Davis at Camp Out for Hunger. Manny Moto was through the mail. Ryan Mountcastle is doing pretty well now for the Orioles, so that's a pretty cool one to have. Cedric Mullins is also a good pick as well, but all those guys I got, pretty awesome. Simone Muzziotti. Pat Neshek, I got these through the mail. I know he's an autograph collector, so I sent him some autographs and got some back. Chase Numata, he was the absolute nicest guy I ever met. Like, he was just such a sweet guy. Like, I remember there was one point where, like, I was going for autographs, and this lady stood next to me and was telling me she literally just comes pregame just to give him a hug, and then she leaves. But he was just always a nice guy. unfortunately, he passed away very, very young, just a couple years. These are from 2017. I think he passed away in 2019 in a freak hoverboard accident. But yeah, just such a nice guy, and world's missing him. To a more upbeat story, Abraham Nunez. You can see based on just the cards, and if you look on the back of the cards here, he was quite the journeyman in his career. And I remember when he was signing these, he tried to figure out the jersey number he was wearing for each. I think he stopped on this one and was like trying to figure out what number he wore for the Pirates for the majority of his career. So that was kind of a funny moment with him. That's Dom Nunez. I don't remember if he's playing pro now or not. This is just a cool story about the card. Jonathan Ornelas was in the Texas Rangers organization when I got him, and was drafted by Texas. And it was with no time frame did he ever spend in Arizona. So these photoshopped cards really came back to bite Tops in the butt that year. Spike Owen had a pretty respectable career. Lance Parrish, really solid catcher for a while. I got days when he was a coach. Blake Perkins is now playing pro as well. I forget where, but awesome to see him doing well. As you can see, he signed quite a bit. Cam Perkins, nope. Cam Perkins I got because he actually shares a birthday with me. I sent that to spring training. I got this card, in fact, when I was in 5th grade. We went to the Reading Fightins game, and I bought a box of cards. So, yeah, it was cool. Nick Prado. Listen, nice guy for signing. Arguably one of the worst autographs you'll ever see. Like, look, it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. Like, no rhyme or reason. AJ Puckett, it's not down here, it's up in my room, but I actually got for it was only $3. The game used name off of the back of his jersey. That was really cool. Jamie Quirk was the first coach I knew in Wilmington. Tim Raines, this was a gift from a teacher. Ramirez, Randolph. Do I have the... Oh boy, I don't know where that... I should have a... Well, Randolph was a first-round pick by the Phillies. I just had a realization when I said this was a gift from a teacher that... I don't know where one of the nicer gifts I got is, but that probably deserves to be put in a top loader. Nick Rackett, Tad Ratliff. Tad Ratliff had like 4 blown saves. That was it in the year, and I was at all 4 of them. Don't know how that happens, but yeah. Roniel Rhodes was in the stands charting when we went. Jeff Reardon was through the mail. Let's see what else we got here. Omar Reyes got when he was... That was a scary game, actually, because one of the pitchers, I think tore his ACL or something for the Blue Rocks when I went, and you could hear it because it's such a small stadium. Yeah, no, this one definitely deserves a top loader, so I'm going to get one now since fortunately it's right next to me. But Cal Ripken, this was another gift from a teacher. This was a graduation gift from one of my favorite teachers of all time. So definitely, obviously, deserves to be in a top loader. Don't know why it wasn't. Here we go. Talk about a good story for getting the autograph. Luis Robert came in Wilmington, so that was high A, didn't sign for anyone. And the advantage was that at that time, I was in 8th grade, and I asked my Spanish teacher how to ask for an autograph in Spanish. And I think her phrasing that she gave me was, "Me permite tener su autógrafo," which literally translates to, "May I have your autograph?" He came out, signed one for me, and I offered for other people, and he went, "Nah," and left. So I got the only autograph of him that entire weekend. So I was very thankful. But that was really cool. And you'll see some other cool ones I'll point out from that same weekend. Victor Robles, back when he was a top prospect, that was kind of cool. Wish I got it on a better card, but that was the only one I had, and I thought that was awesome. Jojo Romero, the poor guy, I pulled him in every pack I could and never met him. So then he comes one day, and I just try and get as many as I can, and I did pretty well. But he was a super nice guy. It wasn't him trying to avoid me. It was just me not being in the same spot as him. You go Cam Rupp, former Phillies catcher, great guy. Here's a cool one. Blake Rutherford. The idea of the card is weird because it's called 68 Mint. And so it was like saying, just like this coin was from 1968, and on his date of birth in 1968, something happened in baseball. Well, here we go. This is one of my favorites. Michael Ryan, coach at the time of the Altoona Curve. We went to see them play in Trenton. And the dude behind me was the most annoying dude asking for autographs. I mean, I'm not trying to sound rude, but this dude, it was he, and then the other coach was Brian Hickerson. I will never forget those names. But he's like, Michael Ryan, will you sign? And like he would be like, okay, 1 second, and would just shout it again. And then Brian Hickerson was like, Brian Hickerson. So yeah, that was an interesting day. Sixto Sanchez, I got Cord Sandberg, really nice guy. Got him, as you can see here. And then also he became a backup quarterback at Auburn after. Alex Scherf sign. And here is the beauty. If you watch the first video, I talked about getting a John Kruk autograph. Well, this was on the same day, this Mike Schmidt autograph. What happened here was I actually went to the game. I didn't want to get autographs, but I saw Mike Schmidt, and I'm like, well, I guess I got to try. So I went into the team store, and I was looking for like those packs of cards, like the 50 cards for $10. It isn't worth it. I got one with Schmidt on the end, and I was hoping John Kruk would be in the middle, and he was. And so I went back to the booth. I asked them for their signatures. I had to jump up and put it into like the announcing booth. And I was talking to primarily Kruk and Tom McCarthy, T-Mac, who were two of the announcers. And Kruk signed his card and then handed Schmidt, with like his pen in one hand and Schmidt's card in the other, his card, more or less forcing him to sign for me. Because Schmidt can be a tough autograph to get. So this is a really cool, I guess you can't really see it in this light, but there you go. Hopefully that helps a bit. But the Schmidt autograph that was an awesome day for me. Buck Showalter got that through the mail. Steve Schrank. I remember one time, it was, I think it was this set here, the second one in, was the new, like an update set for the year, and his wife was not thrilled that she hadn't gotten the card yet. So, yeah, but all good. Connor Siebold, who you see here, he wasn't difficult to get to sign. It was just difficult to find him. He always seemed to elude me at games, so I was lucky to get him the one time I did, and then my dad got me a jersey of him. Gavin Sheets, pretty cool. Got his autograph. He was there the same weekend as Luis Robert. Justice Sheffield was always awesome with signing. Sammy Siani, I got through someone. Kurt Simmons, got that through a family friend. Brady Singer, got those when he was in Wilmington. A couple other just guys I got randomly. I'm trying to see if there's any good stories. DJ Stewart, that was the same day I lost my phone, so can't say I enjoyed getting that autograph. I much rather would have had my phone, but it's okay. All right, let's see what else. We'll do this pile and then the last pile, and then we'll call it a video. Larry Sutton, really nice guy. Travis Swaggerty, got that through a friend. Brian Sweeney, I remember I asked him to sign, and he was, seemed a little annoyed at first, or just was like, give me 1 sec, I'll be over. I'm like, all good. He comes over. He was like, thought that was really cool. So that's awesome. Well, the Darnell Sweeneys, the good news is you can tell that they all are real, but one of them I got through the mail. So he's the only player I ever got through the mail and in person at a game. Jose Taveras. Rowdy Tellez was a super nice guy. Luke Tendler, this is the autograph of, we actually met his family who was at the game. We were talking with them, and they were the ones that asked. I didn't even get the chance to ask for an autograph. They're like, hey, this guy collects autographs. Do you want to sign for him? So that's why I always bring team cards so I can get other people's autographs that don't have cards. Daniel Tillo, card collector, really nice guy. This was weird. Will Toffey was the dude who signed this A's card a week after he got traded from the A's to the Mets. I apologized to him for making him sign it, but he was really chill about it, which was nice. Cole Tucker, got him in person. He's now married to Vanessa Hudgens, so good for him. Pat Venditte, he was a Switch pitcher. I don't remember which hand he signed the card with, though. So I don't ask me about that specifically. Mybris Valoria. Here was the other really cool card from when I got to meet Luis Robert. The manager at the time was Omar Vizquel, and with the help of my dad and my brother, we got 5, and then I gifted one to the teacher who gave me a bunch of his unsigned cards. So that was awesome. Nolan Watson signed for me when he was injured in the stands. Chris Widgers, super nice guy. Luke Williams, this is a cool one. I remember I went to a game in Reading that year. It's an 11 o'clock game on a Wednesday during spring break. And so, like, I was the only person getting autographs, and the other 2 people were my dad and my brother. I asked him for his autograph. He said, "Oh, I'll get you when I come back," which I usually just take as a means. Like, that's his nice way of saying no. He then came back and pointed at me, and I didn't know what was going on. I, was like, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah." And then he, like, signaled to sign. I'm like, "Oh, okay." But then he did obviously come back and sign. And then he hit a couple years later, hit a game winner for the Phillies. So I'm very thankful for that. Nick Williams, back when he was in Lehigh Valley. Yeah. And then Colin Woody. That was a cool one. That was one of the first guys I ever met in the minors. He was now a coach last time I saw. So good for him. And then, yeah, here are a couple dual sign cards. This one's 2 for 3. Derek Hall and Adam Hazley. I'd love to get Ranger on that card, especially with how good he is. And then last but not least, we have a Brady Singer, Jackson Coar duel. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll get one more video of some non-baseball cards.